I watched the first Problem Child, really enjoyed it. I watched Problem Child 2 and thought it was okay, not quite as good as the first film. Then I watched the third one, and I have to say, I preferred it to the second. Not to the first, but I do think the third film is maybe the second best out of the three. This was released in 1995. It's also known as Problem Child 3 Junior in Love. It's directed by Greg Beeman, written by Michael Hitchcock, and we have a cast including Justin Chapman. We have William Katt as Ben Healy in this one, and we have Blake McIver Ewing, which I was rather happy about, as I think he's just absolutely brilliant. Great cast, great performances, really decent, really well-detailed narrative. There's a lot going on. We have Junior. He's scouting. He has a lot of problems at school, or maybe he's causing a lot of problems at school. There's a girl he's particularly interested in. This is Tiffany, played by Jennifer Ogletree. And there's a lot happening for Junior. He's having a very busy time. There's a lot of chaos happening, and it's an absolute joy. And I don't want to go into any more detail than that about the specifics that happen, but there are a lot of things happening, but it never felt too chaotic. It's not one of those films where they don't really know what to do for the narrative, so they just throw everything at it. I feel like it is a really valid, worthwhile progression of Junior's story, and of course with his character as well. Junior is a very likeable character, has been from the very first film, and it's been really enjoyable to follow his story, and it works really well. This one's a lot of fun, really creative, quite funny. As I said, it's maybe not quite as good as the first film, but that's not necessarily a big deal. I feel like third films are very rarely, occasionally it happens, but very rarely going to be as good as the first film, particularly when the first film is very strong. But that being said, I thought Problem Child 3 was a delight. It is apparently, according to Wikipedia, the only of the three films not to get a theatrical release, which, again, isn't that surprising. By the time we get to the third film, it's very rare to get a theatrical release, unless it's a big blockbuster series. And as I said, even with that in mind, I still think it's better than the second film. Not that I didn't like the second film, it was good, but this one I thought was even better. So if you really liked the first film, maybe you weren't that bothered about the second film, I'd still say give this one a go, because for me at least, I think it's a little better. But ultimately I came away from it feeling really satisfied. I had a lot of fun with these films. I thought they worked really well. And the third one, Problem Child 3 Junior in Love, was a really enjoyable film, really fun narrative. The characters are great. Definitely a film that I'm very happy to recommend.